Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chalavet Movies. My name is John, and as you can hear, I've got a little bit of a sort of a throat thing going on. It's not COVID, but it's one of them things where you think it's going to be hard to do like big videos now. I've got some really good things come through the post this week, some huge things to unbox, and I do know that if I was to start doing those ones, I wouldn't have the voice to last for the whole thing. So I want to make sure my voice is right for when I do them things. And next week, when my throat gets back to normal, you will see those unboxings coming up. So also look forward to those pickups and those unboxings next week. So take it away, John. Thanks, John. So I've got two items of subscriber mail here to open up for you. Now, first off is from, I know this is off Keith from Euphoria Pictures, a link to his channel down below. I know that he got in touch with me and said he'd like to send me this because of my new TV, my OLED TV. He reckons that this movie would look really sensational in it. And to be honest, the title itself, I know it would be. So we'll open this up and see what Keith sent. So the item that Keith has sent is the 4K of The Invisible Man. Now, I remember seeing this on Blu-ray and I thought the Blu-ray looked really nice. But Keith says that this movie is quite dark, and he said the black levels on here just play really well on the OLED. And he said you've got to check it out. And I mean, I was after this for a long time. The reason why I didn't get it was because I didn't see it without a slip on it.
Remember me? Where's my slip covers?
Exactly. So having this now on 4K to check out is really great. So when Keith recommends me a title, I do trust his judgment. And I do know that this was a really good movie, actually. I can't believe that Debs actually watched this. Well, she watched it through her hands, and she was kind of petrified by it. But what I think is that this movie was a really good sort of take on The Invisible Man. And I hope that this progresses in some form. I think they did a really good job on it, and it's probably one of the best modern day horrors, or modern day reimagining of sort of a classic horror character I've seen recently, and I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to check this out on 4K because I do know that when I got my 4K telly, I was thinking about putting The Invisible Man on anyway just to watch it because I hadn't seen it for a bit, and I thought when Keith said he was going to send me this version, I thought, well, I'm going to hold out for that. And it's going to have to be at night, pitch black, everything turned off, so I can kind of experience the full impact of the dark levels. So I'll tell you my thoughts on this after this unboxing. Also as well, I'm just going to check to see if Keith's left a note in here at all. And yes, he has. As you all know now, when me and Keith send each other stuff, we do put bits of kitchen roll in there to protect what's in it. And Keith has put the kitchen roll back in here. I'll just see what it is saying on here. In the notes, our kitchen roll reads, "Hey John, seeing as you've got the new OLED 4K TV, I thought I would send you something that will give your black levels a good testing. A huge thanks for everything you've done for me and my channel. Really hope you enjoy it. All the best, Keith." Well, I could say the same back to you, Keith. You've done a lot of help for my channel, and I do enjoy talking to you when we have catch-ups about sort of life in general and YouTube and whatnot. I think it's great to have connections like that with the channels on here, as most channels on here we do speak to each other, we do have sort of conversations, we do ask each other questions, we do say, what do you think about this, do you want to think about that, or collaborations and all that type of thing. So it's a great community to be in, and yes, Keith, I'm going to obviously put this bit of kitchen roll in, which is mad to think that we do this still, but I think it's going to be a thing that we're going to carry on. Why not? And it's costing a fortune these days because you know the price of living's going up. But anyway, I don't mind doing that, and I know Keith doesn't mind doing that either. So thanks once again, Keith. And yes, this is going to be one that I really want to test these black levels, because I know that this movie looked fantastic anyway on Blu-ray, and it was very dark. So thanks once again, Keith. I really do appreciate you sending me this, and also this. So the next package is from Michael Witchy. Now, Michael got in touch with me on Facebook, and he's got an amazing Evil Dead connection, and it's connected to something in here. And he asked me if I would like a certain thing, and I said, yes, I would. We'll go more into it when I open it up. And we've been chatting that, and over messages, and I would like to think that Michael would start to put some of his stuff online with his Evil Dead collection, because it's absolutely amazing. It's one of the best that I've seen. So, Michael has sent me make sure I don't get anybody's addresses on here. Michael has sent me, still wrapped, the Evil Dead extended cut. Now, and I was saying to Michael about this, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, but I was going to give it one more try. I'm going to try and get the Debs to watch this. Now, I know that this movie is a lot more hardcore than the rest of the Evil Dead sort of series, and I think the thing that I thought about this one was that it just didn't, well, it obviously doesn't have Ash in it, which, you know, it kind of, but, you know, it doesn't really, it shouldn't really take too much away with it. I should take it for what it is. Now, I haven't watched this one for a long time, and the last time I watched it was with my son, and my son didn't like it. So I did say to Michael, I said, well, look, I don't know if I like it or not. And he says, look, take it, see what you think, and let me know. And he said the extended cut sometimes lends some stuff to it. So what I might do is I might watch this by myself. I might ask the Deborah if she wants to do it, but I imagine the Deborah wouldn't want to really go to one that's might be too extreme. Although I wouldn't tell her that before she gets into it. I'll just see what she says. I have said to her that there's an Evil Dead that you haven't watched, and it's not, I don't really like it, so that might have put her off. But anyway, hopefully she might take the bait and watch this, because you can watch this irrespective of the series, which we are still. We watched the movies recently, and we're going to watch the series again. So I can tell her you can watch this like as with the series, if that's a thing. I'll see how she goes for that. If she doesn't go for that, I will watch this. So I did say to Michael, I will give this another shot, and he said it's okay if you don't really care for it, but give it a last shot. And the thing is, with this being the extended cut as well, which I did want to see actually, because I haven't seen it, my regular Evil Dead, which is around about there somewhere. It's just a normal version, a regular one that came out. And but I want to thank for Michael for sending me this to me, and it's still shrink wrapped, and it's just wow. So, and to be honest, I don't think I've seen any of the extras to do with this, so I think I'll have to dig through them as well. I know this movie's been out for quite a while. I thought it was going to get a sequel. I don't think that's going to happen, but I know they're going to do the Evil Dead Rises TV movie, so maybe this can tie into that. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I would be giving this another go. So thanks once again, Michael. Appreciate that, and wow, wasn't expecting it wrapped, but thanks very much. And he's also sent something else, because I felt that there was something else in there. And what else he sent us is, oh yes, now what he sent us here is this. Now this is called Unvaluable.
Where's me ladders?
Invaluable. Now this is a documentary. It's about the Evil Dead. I've never seen this movie, and it says Invaluable is the feature-length documentary about special FX pioneer Tom Sullivan and how his creative genius helped make Evil Dead the iconic franchise it is today. This motion picture contains interviews, locations, and artifacts never before seen. Super 8mm film, High 8 VHS, audio tapes, photographs, and more unearthed here for the first time. Wow. This disc contains feature-length film and almost 3 hours of official Evil Dead superfan awesome stuff. Wow. This is, I've never seen this before. I didn't even know it existed till Michael told me about this. And this is amazing to think I've got this thing now. I love anything to do about the Evil Dead. All these little making ofs. I think that it's one of the most interesting movies that's got all this behind the scenes stuff. Sometimes I'm not really that bothered about stuff, but Evil Dead stuff I always am a big fan of, and I know that, like I said, Michael is such a massive super fan of the movie. So also what he has done, yes, just want to double check, he sent as well in here, he sent this disc here which is called Hail to the Deadites. Now on this movie, or should I say bonus feature, that was available on another release which I haven't got, and I couldn't get my hands on it. I do know that Michael is in this Hail to the Deadites, and he was telling me about this a while ago, and I thought, oh, it's amazing, how do I see it? And I couldn't really see it or get my hands on it. It's on none of the releases that you can get in the UK anyway. So he sent me a copy of the Hail to the Deadites documentary, so I can't wait to see that. And I'm going to keep an eye out for Michael on this documentary, and I know that his collection is absolutely amazing. I've seen a photograph of it, and I do know he's probably, for me, he's got the best ever Evil Dead collection that I've ever seen. And I didn't know there's that many things. I know there's quite a lot of Evil Dead stuff, and I've had tons of stuff over the years, But the stuff that Michael's got is kind of next level. I would really love to do a video of it. It would look sensational. I think that you've got a lot of people want to see that. So thank you so much to Michael Witchy for sending me these two things. Like I say, it's a funny one because I do know in a lot of live streams I've said I'll never really be checking this out again, but I am going to check it out again, and I'm going to give my final sort of reckonings to see what it is. I hope I do like it. It's not that I'm desperate not to like it. It's just that it kind of didn't connect with me at that time. So also as well with the kitchen roll, thanks to Keith for sending me over The Invisible Man. I will definitely check this out and see what the black levels are like on it. So I'll quickly check out these three titles and I'll tell you what I thought of them. So first up, The Invisible Man. Now, I knew this was going to look good, but I wanted to see what this black levels were like on this one because, like I say, especially the start, I do remember it being very black. I'll tell you what I'm blown away by. It's got Dolby Atmos on here, and the sound quality on here is absolutely stunning. Much better than I thought it was going to be, or much better than I remembered it. It was so punchy, it was unbelievable. Obviously, there's a lot of sort of jump scares at the start, which really sort of got us, actually, even though I knew they were there. And I've got to say that the audio on here was absolutely sensational. But the picture, wow, there's I think when a movie's like Dusk as well, I don't know what it is about Dusk. Dusk always seems to be like really stands out. I've got your black levels, probably help that. But this movie was pin sharp, and it's got a sort of a bit of a darker look to the movie in general in the daylight scenes. But when the night time, which is where the action happens, that's the standout part of the show. And obviously the black levels in here just really make that just something that's like you've never seen before. But the black levels are the star of the show here. I'm so really eager to watch this. I mean, I watched this obviously in daytime, but I want to watch this like completely pitch black at night. I could imagine us getting a few jumps with it because, like I say, the sound quality on here is just that much like enveloping. But I want to really thank Keith for sending me this, and the black levels are just sort of next level, and inky black, I'll say. And this is the best thing about 4K when you get ones that do sort of benefit from this particular format. They really come to life, you know. So I can't wait to watch this one. So that's The Invisible Man, and thanks once again, Keith. Next, I checked out The Evil Dead. Now this is obviously the Blu-ray, and I must have checked out The Evil Dead, this one, before I had my TV, before the one I've got now. And I couldn't really remember it as such, as anything bar just the film just didn't really excite us at the time. So I thought, right, I'll put this on. It's obviously on my 4K telly with my OLED player. Just see what the quality is like, just for reference, because I haven't got any reference of what it originally looked like. And I've got to say, this picture quality on here looks absolutely sensational. If they did do a 4K of this, I think it would look like amazing. The black levels on here are pretty astounding, and also the sharpness and detail in the daytime scenes are quite spectacular as well. It's one of those ones where sometimes the Blu-ray these days, actually they've got this capability with a good remaster to look absolutely brilliant, and sometimes that gets back to the fact that when you get a 4K which is that well done, that you get a Blu-ray which is that well done, and you get the 4K, there's not much of a difference because you kind of nearly got it on the Blu-ray. So there's a lot to be said for people not really upgrading everything on 4K, because this could really pass for a 4K, and if this one came out in 4K it might look quite similar. That's not taken away from the fact that the 4K would look sensational as this Blu-ray does. I don't know about the UK Blu-ray, this is a German one I believe, but the sound quality in this again is really good. I do want to watch this now. I do want to check it out and say, is it what I thought it was in the first place, or am I sort of sold on this movie? But picture quality wise, absolutely brilliant. So thanks once again, Michael, for that. So that's The Evil Dead, the extended cut. Finally, I checked out Invaluable. Now I put this on, and it's got like the movie, and then it's got like a behind the scenes and all the sort of like extras. And I watched some clips of the movie, and to be honest, this documentary, I've never seen anything that was on here. So usually you think you've seen everything to do with The Evil Dead. On all the extras that have come out with the amount of releases over the years, because it's been re-released that many times. But I've got to admit, everything I put on here I hadn't seen before. These are all sort of like home movie things that are probably to do with this fella here, Tom Sullivan. And I thought, wow, this is going to be fantastic. And I didn't even check the bonus feature content on it, so it's like an hour and a half or more each. So this is astounding, really. Like about 3 hours stuff that you've never seen before in The Evil Dead, which is just nuts, really, isn't it, when you think you've seen everything? So next I checked out a few clips of that Hail to the Deadites documentary, and wow, the picture quality in there is really stunning. Actually, it's a DVD, but it's really good, and it features things to like do with horror cons and stuff like that. So Michael is on this movie. I haven't seen him yet from the bits that I flicked on. I did flick on where there was a guy who is a spitting image of Ash from Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell, and he was trying to meet Bruce Campbell, and I don't know if he did or not. I would imagine he did, but even Bruce Campbell thought he was like stunningly looking like him, which is would be so. These two things here are going to be high on my list of re-watches to do with the Evil Dead. I know that at the moment, me and Deborah are going to start going through the Evil Dead series again. So in conjunction with that, I might try and see if she'll go for this beforehand. I'm guessing she probably won't, but she might do. We'll see how she goes with that. But what I'll do is, as well, I will watch this myself. I don't think that Deborah is that much. She's a big fan of Bruce Campbell, but anything else to do with Evil Dead, she's not really a big fan of these makings of. But anyway, I'll be getting into this myself and see what she does with that. So, once again, thanks to Keith from Euphoria Pictures, link down below, and also Michael Witchy for sending me these two quite exclusive things, really. This especially, and this has sort of made me think. I think I might do a Evil Dead marathon again. So, thanks once again. So, I just received today 2 parcels. Now, I would have opened these earlier on, but we've been out today and we'll watch the sequel to this movie. Yes, we saw Top Gun Maverick. And I've got to say, it's funny because I've never watched this movie until last year. Yes, it was last year. And I got to admit, it's all right. I thought there was parts in it that were quite, like, utterly 80s cheese. That's probably the reason why I didn't want to go for it, because I wasn't really a fan of that type of stuff in the 80s. I'm more of a fan of that now. But the movie was it was pretty good. It was better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm a big fan of Tom Cruise at this part, but I wasn't a big fan of Tom Cruise back in the day. So we went to see Top Gun Maverick, and I tell you what, it is absolutely brilliant. And the funny thing is about it, it kind of does come across a bit like an 80s cheese movie. It's got elements of that in it, and I'm glad it has, because if it didn't, it wouldn't seem to sort of fit in with this movie. Obviously, Tony Scott is not with us anymore, but it does feel like a Tony Scott movie, actually. I don't know how they pulled it off, but they have really done a good job in it. And the bits where Tom Cruise is clearly flying the plane himself, and he said he does all the stunts himself. And I can't believe how well he's handling this jet fighter. It's absolutely incredible. The movie itself is, I think, was one of the best films I've seen in the recent years, and it was absolutely spectacular at the cinema. We couldn't see it in IMAX, unfortunately, because that screen had moved around to Jurassic World, or whatever that one's called, Jurassic Planet. But we'll go and see that one. But this one here was one that we had to see at the cinema, and I'm really glad it did. And I tell you what, the movie delivers on every part. But getting back to the unboxing. So the first one I got when I got back home, this was actually in the house. So I'm going to unbox this one. And just before, a neighbour came to the door who I've never seen before, and she said, "Oh, that's rhymes." Well, she didn't say that, but she said, "Look, I picked this up because this was delivered to my house by mistake, I think." But anyway, she's passed it across, so I'll unbox that after I unbox this. So, nurse scalpel. Yeah, so marked fragile. I like when people mark fragile because, and I hope there's a note in here. Let's all feel around. Yes, we've got a note, big note. Okay, so in the note it says, "Hi John, hope you are well. Seen a lot of people saying this is a disappointing 4K release, but we were pleasantly surprised when we watched it on our setup. Maybe it isn't the most mind-blowing 4K you'll ever see. It's a very solid one, in our opinion. Black levels are a bit poor in some places, but it's nicely sharp and the colours are well rendered and aren't oversaturated. Certainly worth having in the collection. Cheers, Kelvin and Rob." So Kelvin and Rob are in the band The Preamps, linked down to their channel down below. And they got in touch with us and they did say they were going to send us something. So here it is. And also, coming up quite soon, I think next month, they've got a gig somewhere around close to us. and me and Michael, where's me ladders, Michael? Hit it, Michael.
Where's me ladders?
Yeah, I think we're going to try and see the band, so that'd be absolutely amazing if my shift's married up with their gig. So, what Kelvin and Rob have sent me is... very interesting. Goodfellas. Now, with a slip. Wow, I tell you what, I'm so amazed by the fact of this having a slip. In all the times I've seen this movie, it's never ever had a slip on it, and I'm so glad it's got a slip on it. And to be honest, I think when we met in the shop, we were talking about this movie, and then of course on that day, or maybe the next day, sadly Ray Liotta passed away. Wow, which was a bit of a body blow, I'll tell you that much. I have heard some mixed reports on this movie. Not the movie itself. The movie itself is absolutely spectacular. It is my favourite, new gangster movie. It's for me, it's the best one out. It tops every single gangster movie. My other favourite one is Scarface, but this is more of a time when it was like the newer ones, but the sort of Italian mafiosi. But brilliant, and to be honest, I'm really, and this is in perfect condition. So I want to thank Kelvin and Rob for setting me up with this movie, and I do really want to see. I was sort of so close to getting this myself, with the fact of saying, look, well, maybe it's not the best 4K, but it'll be. I haven't got this movie, and I held off on it because of the fact I'm saying that the 4K was not that good. But sometimes when you get a 4K, the one I got, which was Scott Pilgrim versus the World, was quite underwhelming. But it looks like a good Blu-ray. Now that's the difference. Maybe if you're getting a movie, then you think, oh, this is the 4K, and you think, oh, I want a 4K, the 4K wow factor. You don't get it. At least you do get a good Blu-ray. So that's the thing. But I can't wait to check this out. And I'm just want to thank you very much, Kelvin and Rob. And I'm still a bit blown away by this. The fact that I would never imagined this, actually. To be honest, I didn't know what I thought it might be, like a CD or something. So I just want to thank them once again. So what I'll do is I will go. Now this is going to be an unboxing of these two videos, and on another video, well, I'll do another clip of what I thought of this picture quality on here. I'll not do that now tonight, but I will put this video on with something else, and I'll probably give Kelvin and Rob the heads up of this, what I think of this release. Now I'll message them. But I want to thank you again, Kelvin and Rob. Like I say, link down to their great channel down below. Their band, the preamps, are absolutely brilliant. I've got their CDs in the car. I've put them onto my stick, and I put them in the car. And I kind of listen to them in a loop, if I'm honest. So can't wait to see them live. So that's a great subscriber mail from Kelvin and Rob of the band The Preamps. So this is the one I received from the neighbour from down the street. Now, again, this might have been posted out to me a couple of days ago, and I've just really got it now on the 10th of June. So I'll have a look in here and see what this is. This is great that I'm receiving these things through the post on subscriber mails. They're absolutely brilliant. It's blown my mind that I'm constantly getting people messaging and saying, would you like this, would you like that? It is quite absolutely brilliant. So, and I know this is who this is from. I'll turn my dress away. So it is The Divide. So I'll just open this up and have a quick look at it. Nurse Scalpel. Thank you. So this DVD here is from Paul, aka the 4K Chef, and he told me actually when we were out together. I'll leave a link down to that video down below where we went to the town together, and he told me, he was actually sent me Frontiers, and he said you've got to see The Divide. I'd never heard of this one either. I hadn't heard of Frontiers and hadn't heard of The Divide. I've heard a lot of people say some good things about Frontiers, and it's an absolutely brilliant French extreme movie. So that ticks a box for me. I've seen Martyrs and I really enjoyed that. So the tagline on here says, "The lucky ones died in the blast." Well, so I'll see if I can read this. I'll give you a bit of an idea of what it's about. When a cataclysmic explosion devastates New York, 8 strangers take refuge in the basement of their apartment building. A converted fallout shelter. The shelter suddenly comes under attack by men in hazmat suits, forcing the strangers to join forces in a desperate bid to take on the new enemy. Amid the chaos, there is no real understanding of what these men are looking for and what drives them to be so merciless. Their sanctuary becomes a living hell where the survivors must use their wits to save themselves from becoming victims of the pack in a thrilling and gut-wrenching finale. Wow! The Divide so hits the spot. Profoundly intense cinema. That sounds quite interesting. It's got a little bit of a sort of Dawn of the Dead when they get into their little hideaway and then they kind of get found out. It does have Michael Biehn in there, Michael Biehn, and also Rosanna Arquette. So I might imagine it's an English language movie. So I really interested to watch this because I know that when Paul told us about that, he said that you've got to see this movie. And when we were out, he was looking to see X for it, but we couldn't find it. So that's absolutely amazing that he's actually got this for me. I know that he told me about this the other day and said he was going to send it to us, and I was like, wow. Well, another one of them extreme movies, which I quite enjoy, actually. I mean, enjoy for the fact that they're so extreme. I don't really sometimes enjoy some of the aspects of it. So a big shout out to Paul, aka the 4K Chef, and also a big shout out to Kelvin and Rob from the band The Preamps. Links down to their channel down below. I just want to say to you both, to you three of yous, thanks very much. I really do appreciate that. So my thoughts on the transfer on Goodfellas is, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I had this picture of it being one of the worst things ever. You know, like really badly mastered and like a lot of problems with all the things that 4K bring to the table. But in essence, it's not that bad. I do think that I was reading someone on Blu-ray.com and it said that they used a process which they used to use, this in the early days of 4Ks. And I think that the process they used on the negatives that they had, or the sort of materials they had, wasn't the best of processes. So I don't know actually if this is going to be the best ever Goodfellas it could get. I'm thinking that the way I read it on Blu-ray.com was that they sort of did everything they could with the source material, and that's why it ended up the way it did. I will say the sort of problems it's got is it's a little bit dark. The colours aren't as bright as I thought they were going to be, but they still are quite bright. They're brighter than the Blu-ray. I did check the Blu-ray out, and the Blu-ray looks like it's come from the same transfer. So you're getting that extra boost on the colour, and sometimes the black levels aren't as good as they could be. I do think it's a bit of a mixed bag. The black levels in some scenes are great. The colour scenes in some scenes are great. Outdoor shots seem to be much better than interior shots, which seems to go for a lot of these movies. You can get some really good ones that like really fare well in the exterior, and interior go a little bit sort of grainy or noisy. This movie is it's not the best 4K, don't get us wrong, but it's not as bad as everyone would make out to be. And I think that could it get another remaster? I don't know. I don't know if these big companies do that. I think it's a Sony release, and they usually do one thing and then that's it, them done with it. I don't think they feel the need to go back to it. I do think that if anyone's on the fence with it, I think it's better than the Blu-ray. But do know that it's not going to be one that is going to be a bit of like a wow factor. I think it's a solid release, and I'm really glad to have it in the collection. I want to thank Kelvin and Rob for sending that to me, and also that I do think that the sound quality on it's great as well. So it's one of those ones where you think a bit like Terminator 2, which I haven't seen. People go on about it being one of the worst things you're going to ever see in your life, but I can say that, on my opinion, it's a one to get cheap, and it's the best that's out there at the moment, put it that way. And I can't wait to watch it because I've been putting off watching Goodfellas for a long time, and I haven't that in the collection for a long time. Birds, so wait till Debs finds out. Okay, so like I say, next week we'll have plenty of pickups and plenty of unboxings. So please check out those videos I'm going to leave down below. So thanks for watching, you take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.
Chicken!